black kids in my school were doing, I don't even know what they was doing, but I was reading Inuyasha fan fiction in my spare time after school. To this day, I still can't do the handshake. I don't know how to do that.
Darcei.
Let me know. Hey guys, what's up? It's your favorite tiny potato. Today we're gonna talk a little bit about being black and my personal black experience. Today's video is brought to you by Beauty Forever Hair. I haven't talked about hair on my channel in a really long time, but I decided to go with Beauty Forever Hair today because not only is their hair really cute, but it's actually affordable. Like, I could actually go on the website and click purchase without hurting my bank account. Now that's what I like to see. So today I have this wig unit. They do sell bundles on the website as well, but you know I'm a wig girl, okay? I want everything done for me. So I got this bob wig. I got it in 12 inches so that it is longer than a bob on me, but I did that on purpose so that I could cut it to the exact desired length that I wanted. It comes with all the clips inside and everything, which I love. Can't stand when a wig doesn't have clips. It fits my head really nicely, which I like because I have a small ass head, girl. What I'm gonna do is I'm going to cut it to around shoulder length because you know the hair that Kim Kardashian has right now? That's kind of what I want, guys. So I'm literally gonna look at a picture of Kim on my phone and use it as a guideline. So this photo is basically what I'm going for. Wow, I cannot believe I pulled that off. Do not follow anything I just did. I don't know what I'm doing, okay? I'm not professional. If you're a hairstylist and you're watching this, you're probably crying right now. But it's okay, it's not my hair, it's fine. Okay. So now I'm just gonna like bump the ends a little bit. The other day, I made an Instagram post about how I felt about my restrictions growing up as a black person. Growing up, I was a really shy, nerdy kind of kid. You know, like the kind of kid that doesn't really raise their hand in class. So when I was a kid, my thing was reading and writing stories. I also really liked art and I wasn't athletic in the slightest. And if you guys didn't know, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. And Harry Potter is basically what got me into reading. Like, I read before, but when I got into Harry Potter, that was like my first big girl book. Because I think I started reading Harry Potter when I was around maybe 7 years old. I have a Harry Potter tattoo on the back of my neck, and it's my only tattoo, and probably the only tattoo I'll ever get. Because I really can't think of anything else I love enough to put on my body permanently. For skin prep, I'm using the Dear Klairs Rich Moist Soothing Serum. And then I'm following up with the Dr. Belmer moisturizer. So anyway, back to my childhood as a black girl. I went to private school growing up and I was the only black kid in my entire class. And there were 3 other black kids in the entire school. As a consequence to that, I did not grow up with a lot of black friends, to my parents' dismay. And as I got older, my parents would be like, why don't you have any black friends? Hello, you sent me to a school with no black people. Now, when I say I didn't have any black friends, I don't mean that all of my friends were white. Because I grew up in a very multicultural city, and honestly, I feel like white people are starting to become outnumbered. Most of my friends in elementary school were Indian or some kind of South Asian. Like, yeah, I had a couple of white friends, but most of my friends were South Asian. So even though they were still people of color, they weren't black, so it's really not the same. Indian culture is very different than black culture. But I had a very happy childhood and I was very happy with my school and where I was in life because I didn't even know any better. Never as a kid did I want to have more black friends or like even think that way. I feel like I didn't really notice race until middle school. But as I got older and ventured into high school, I discovered that there was this group of cool black people. Unfriendly black hotties, if you will.
Unfriendly black hotties.
And I was not one of them. And this never really bothered me because, like I said, I didn't grow up around black people. In fact, girl, it didn't bother me a little too much. I went through a phase that a lot of black people go through where I didn't like black people.
Dude! What the fuck?
I know. But I couldn't find any black people that were like me. So I felt isolated from the other black kids. So like I said, I felt really isolated from the other black kids. I barely knew what baby fat was, let alone wear it to school. They spoke in a slang that I didn't understand, and they made cultural references that I didn't get. To this day, I still can't do the handshake. I don't know how to do that. I was in the anime club in high school, and it was full of white people. I know, it's weird, isn't it? The Japanese anime club was pretty much all white people. You know, girl, this summer I'm feeling the bronze look, okay? I'm just bronzing myself up all summer long. So while the other black kids in my school were doing, I don't even know what they was doing, but I was reading Inuyasha fan fiction in my spare time after school. And this is also the time that I started getting into K-pop, and not even my nerdy anime club friends knew what K-pop was. I was introducing K-pop to them. I was introducing K-dramas to them. But I was still the only one who really liked that stuff. Like, they were like, oh yeah, that's cool, and then go back to their Japanese stuff. And when I started seriously getting into boys, like around middle school, I only liked white boys. Like, it was an exclusive, only liked white boys. Black boys seem like almost a different species to me. I feel like because a lot of them were really loud and outgoing, and I was just little shy Darcei, and I was really intimidated. You know, I wasn't into the black boy joy yet, and I feel like at this point in my adolescence, I was much more comfortable around white people. I could understand white people more, I could relate to white people more. This is so weird to say. These words coming out of my mouth is so weird right now, because I'm an adult now, and these are not my life views anymore, but hey, I'm keeping it 100% real right now. And I remember as I got older, people would tell me I wasn't like other black people. I used to think that was a compliment. I was like, yeah, I'm not like other black people. I'm not like those people. And I really believed that. Like, that was my thought process. So the isolation got really bad at this point, and I felt like I couldn't even talk to these other black people. But at the same time, I was fine with that. I didn't really have any interest in talking to other black people unless they were like me. In high school, I had a best friend who was black. We're still friends, but she was my absolute best friend all through high school, and she didn't know how to do the damn handshake either. But you know what was really funny? Through all of this, I never had an issue with being black. I've never, not once, had a problem with my skin color. Never. I didn't even know colorism existed until I got older and I got on the internet and I started reading all of this stuff that dark-skinned black people go through, because I have never experienced colorism. As far as I can tell. I'm sure now that I'm a little bit more well-known on the internet, like now I'm experiencing colorism, but it's like rolling off my back, like I don't care. But growing up, I don't recall ever experiencing colorism. And that's probably because I didn't really interact with black people, and in order to experience colorism, I would have to have been around a lot of other black people, and nobody in my family was really colorist. Most people in my family are dark-skinned anyway, and most of the women in my family have natural hair too. My family's weird. So I never had an issue with being black. I never ever in my life have said that I want to be a different race. My issue was that I just never fit the stereotype of what I thought a black person was supposed to be, so I actively rebelled against it. It was never about the way I looked. I loved my dark skin. I never had an issue with that. It was more the disparity that I felt between myself as a person and the black people that I was seeing on TV and the black people that I would see out in the world. For the first time in a million years, I'm pulling out my modern Renaissance palette. Look how nasty this thing is. But I want to do like an orangey eye, and this palette has a really nice orange, but I'm gonna start with burnt orange first and then work my way up. God, this used to be my favorite palette. Anyways, I love Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, but I'm more Carlton than I am Will. And Carlton gets clowned all the time. You know, he's the white black boy. Like, he's black, but he's always acting white. You know, you get called things like Oreo. And if you're into Asian culture and you're black, then you're not black anymore, period. You're Asian. I always like to clap back to that comment with, "Tell that to the police." You think the police care that I like Korean dramas? No. So no, I'm not Asian now. Those "you're Asian" or "you want to be Asian" comments have greatly intensified since my channel got more popular. Thankfully, I'm old enough to handle them now. It's just really annoying that as Black people, we feel like we constantly have to prove our Blackness to people. Like, straight up facts, white people get to be whatever they want. They get to be individuals. They get to be interested in things without their whole identity put into question. But if you're Black, you have to act a specific way, otherwise you're not Black anymore. I just want to know, like, why is my Blackness determined by my personality and like random things that I like, and not by the fact that I'm African? Luckily, I grew out of this phase and I realized that not all Black people are the same and that I'm not some special Black unicorn. My first boyfriend was Black, and while he knew slang that I didn't and wore dickies with fitted hats, he also liked anime and classical music. So when I was younger, I was also one of those girls that didn't wear makeup and thought that they were better than other girls because they didn't wear makeup. High school me needed a real good punch to the face, just a little. So when I got older, obviously I started wearing more makeup, and then I started doing makeup videos on YouTube and Instagram. I'm using this ghetto ass MAC highlighter. Literally the top fell out, like, girl. But this is in the shade Oh Darling. Anyway, so I started doing, you know, Instagram and YouTube makeup tutorials. And once again, I felt this pressure to be more Black. I started doing the makeup that all the other Black girls were doing. The heavy foundation, the strong contour, the big lashes, really strong brows. And while all of those things are really gorgeous, they just overwhelm my soft features. Like, I don't have the face for that. I'd never worn fake hair before, but I started wearing fake hair just to fit in with these other Black girls that were on Instagram. And I wanted to be like them because their Blackness was successful. And when I started doing all these new things, for the first time in my life, I really felt Black. Like I was being recognized by other people as a true Black person. I was a baddie. Like all Black girls should be. It was exhausting playing this part. I started incorporating K-pop into my tutorials, and that's when I started to feel a little bit like more me, but I was still so tired of trying to have the perfectly laid wig and putting on fake lashes every single day. Basically, I was just tired of putting on this costume. Okay, let me put on my lip, girl, because I'm running out of battery. So slowly I transitioned into a look that was more me. I stopped doing cut creases and I put away my contouring kit, and I stopped wearing lashes that overwhelmed my eyes, and I actually started taking care of my real eyelashes. And it was at this point where I started really admiring the Korean style of makeup and how it was like more soft and more natural, and also their focus on skincare. So I started following more of that principle. So I started focusing a lot more on K-beauty, and my skin got better and I looked a lot younger and I felt a lot younger, and I basically just started feeling more like myself again. My lips look so good, but we're gonna add a little bit more. It also took me way less time to get ready in the morning, and I started wearing colors that I was told that Black people could not wear, like light pinks and light nudes. Speaking of, I need to find a light nude. Hold on. This is Neutral Avenue, yeah? How is it called? Yeah, this is Neutral Avenue from 3CE, a color that, you know, Black girls can't wear. So basically, I figured out a way to make things work when people told me that it wasn't possible. And because of that, I accidentally created this space for people who were just like me. So yeah, that's basically my whole Black journey of discovery that I wanted to share with you guys, because I feel like we really need to just drop this whole restriction on what Black people can and cannot do. You're Black no matter what. You are Black, you are Black, you are Blackity, black, black, black. Okay, girl. And don't let anyone take that away from you. Anyway, anyways, guys, I hope you liked this video. Definitely talk about your experiences in the comments down below. I would love to hear them. And I will see you guys in the next video. I love ya so much.